You ever seen an Apache helicopter up close? It's a beast. A mean, lean flying machine. It's like the Terminator of helicopters, designed to do one thing: dominate. The AH-64D Apache Longbow, to give it its full name, is more than just a helicopter. It's a symbol of American military might, feared by enemies and relied upon by our troops. This ain't your granddaddy's chopper from Vietnam. The Apache was born out of the lessons learned in those jungles, designed to fight in a new kind of war. It's a tank killer, a scout, a guardian angel for ground troops, all rolled into one. Over the next few sections, we're gonna break down what makes this machine so special, why it's so important to the military, and just how darn cool it is to fly one. Believe me, when you hear that distinctive thump 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 of the Apache's rotors, you know things are about to get real. Now, the Apache didn't just appear out of thin air. Like any good piece of equipment, it was born out of necessity. See, back in Vietnam, we learned the hard way that helicopters were vulnerable to ground fire. We needed something tougher, something that could dish out punishment as good as it could take it. Enter the Army's advanced attack helicopter competition in the early 1970s. A bunch of companies threw their hats in the ring, but two designs stood out: Hughes's Yaw-64 and Bell's Yaw-63. After a fierce fly-off, the Hughes design, our Apache, came out on top. But the journey wasn't over. The Apache went through years of testing, development, and refinement before it was finally ready for prime time. They slapped on a powerful engine, gave it some serious armor, and packed it with enough firepower to make a dictator think twice. And that, my friends, is how the legend of the Apache began. So, what makes this bird so tough? Let's start with the armor. The Apache's cockpit is surrounded by layers of titanium and Kevlar. That's right, the same stuff they use in bulletproof vests. It can take hits from small arms fire and even some cannons. And the toughness doesn't stop there. The Apache's designed so that vital components are shielded or have backups. Even if one engine gets knocked out, it can still fly on the other one. They don't call it a flying tank for nothing, but all that armor doesn't slow it down. The Apache's powered by two turboshaft engines that give it a top speed of over 180 miles per hour. It can climb like a homesick angel and maneuver like a hummingbird on an energy drink. This thing is agile. Section 4. Eyes in the sky, teeth on the ground, Apache's arsenal. Now let's talk about firepower. The Apache is a flying arsenal, capable of delivering a world of hurt to anything unlucky enough to be in its sights. Its main weapon is the M230 chain gun, a 30mm cannon mounted under the nose. This bad boy spits out armor-piercing rounds at a rate of 625 rounds per minute. But wait, there's more. The Apache can also carry a variety of missiles, rockets, and even Hellfire missiles. These missiles are guided by lasers and can take out tanks, bunkers, even moving vehicles from miles away. The Apache is a true multi-role weapon, able to adapt to any situation. It's got sensors and targeting systems that would make a sci-fi writer drool. The Apache can see in the dark, through smoke, and even pick out targets from miles away. It's like a flying sniper with a whole lot of extra ammo. Section 5. The Apache in Action: Desert Storm and Beyond. The Apache's seen its fair share of action. It first flew into combat during Operation Just Cause in Panama in 1989, but it was the Gulf War in 1991 where it really proved its worth. Apaches were used to devastating effect against Iraqi tanks and armored vehicles, racking up an impressive kill count and helping to secure a swift victory. Since then, the Apache has been deployed in conflicts all over the world, from the Balkans to Afghanistan and Iraq. It's been used for close air support, armed reconnaissance, and even urban combat. The Apache has proven time and time again that it's a versatile and deadly weapon, feared by enemies and relied upon by our troops. And it's not just the US that uses it.